another recent migrant, Irish-born Keith Woolahan, delivered an absolutely wonderful maiden speech in the House of Representatives. Woolahan, who regular viewers will remember was on this show only a few weeks ago, arrived here with his family in 1988, the year of our bicentenary. He studied law, became a barrister, joined the military, became a commando, and did 3 tours of Afghanistan. Now, you've read his maiden speech, Rocco. What did you make of it?
It's a speech that exhibits what one might call true Liberal values. It reminded me a lot of Tony Abbott's maiden speech, where he spoke about not big government, about allowing people to flourish. Government is there to give people a hand up, not a handout. And I'll just read some of the excerpts of Keith Woolahan's speech, if you don't mind. Mm-hmm. He said this. He spoke about the true north as guiding him. And he said, the true north will always be my family and the values of free enterprise and individual freedom. Democratising prosperity and democratising power, allowing people, trusting them to assess risk, to speak their minds. And the dream of opportunity is what drives people to come here. And these things are values not to be jumped in times of emergency, whether it be a war or pandemic. These are values to be doubled down on when our nation is tested. I mean, they're the values, again, that, as I described, are true Liberal values. They're the values that have stood the test of time. They're the values that until 2.5 years ago, this country upheld and valued. And it's time that we, as Keith Woolahan said, doubled down on them, appreciated them and respected them for what they are, and realised that they are the bedrock, they are the foundation of what our country is built on, and attracted people like Keith Woolahan and my parents and my grandparents to come here and make a life for themselves.
Well, I mean...
Incidentally, the same day...
Go on.
The same day, Lee gave her maiden speech and spoke about her experiences as a refugee being welcomed into this country, and she doubled down on the COVID restrictions, saying it reminded her of being back in a communist country.
Well, Keith offered also, other than imploring people to aspire to the values that have always, as Australians have always embraced, Keith also offered some very practical advice. He said, get involved in your communities and, to coach a footy team and join Rotary and get involved. But he also said, join a political party, which is excellent advice these days, because political parties used to be the beating heart of our democracy. They used to be where people would, meet like-minded people, albeit from different paths in life. But these days, our political parties have just become magnets for people who want to impose their political opinions and values on other people. It's not really what it's about, is it, Rocco? I mean, is the demise of grassroots political parties a danger to our democracy? Well, that's absolutely right. I mean, both the major parties were founded as grassroots. In particular, the Liberal Party was founded as a grassroots political movement. It wasn't beholden to the unions. It wasn't beholden to big business. It was for the forgotten people, the artisans, the shopkeepers, everyday Australians. And I think a lesson we get a lot of our system, obviously, from the UK, but one lesson that we might be able to learn from them, and maybe improving the involvement of people in political parties, is actually, I was actually once opposed to this, but I've actually come around. I think in electing the leader, as you've seen in the UK, the members get a say. I think that might be an incentive and a way to actually get people involved in politics again, actually picking the leader of their party, the person that actually best represents their views, rather than leaving it to apparatchiks and politicians to choose.